Part of your financial plan going forward must be defensive. You've got to learn how to take care of yourself, okay? What I'm going to cover today is I want to make sure you have a good foundational understanding of how this works. So let's go through. I'm not going to have a lot of time here to go through it, and I don't have time for questions either. So let's jump into this, all right? Your financial future's at risk, truthfully. Your identity is at risk, your privacy, your money, everything you're working so hard for. It can all be taken away with a click of a mouse, a keystroke, a bad email. It can all go away. We've been doing this as a company, Invisus, for 17 years. We have seen the world of crime change like you can't even imagine over the last 17 years. The bad guys in the Wild West, the crooks, they have gone digital. They are in your pocketbook digitally. They're not robbing banks. They're not breaking into homes. Home burglaries are way down compared to where they used to be. Why? They're getting smart. They can anonymously hack. They can steal identities and get anything almost they want. So everything is really at risk in today's day and age. How many of you have heard about the Equifax data breach? If you haven't, you're dead. It's been everywhere. That number that I have up there, it says 143 million people affected. That's been revised upwards now to 145.5 million people. They're going to find more. Virtually, in our opinion, virtually every American was affected by this. In Canada, they say it's somewhere between 400,000 and 1 million Canadians affected. In the UK, somewhere between 1.4 and 2.8 million people affected in the UK. This is a global issue. We don't know who did it. We don't know what they're going to do with the data. Chances are very, very good that your name was compromised in the Equifax data breach. Very high, probably 80, 90% chance. That number represents about half of America. But if you look at just the adult population, it's about 2/3 to 3/4 of the adult population in America. What does it mean? That means that somebody broke into their systems, took your personal information, and is waiting now to potentially use it to commit fraud in your name. It doesn't mean it's happening right now. Likely it'll happen 6 months from now or 12 months from now. That's how this works. They don't just immediately run out to the market and go start using your identity. It takes a little while. You have to be monitoring. You've got to be watching. And if you don't have a good way to do it, right, you guys are being monitored. As long as you go in and activate that service, enter your social security number, your date of birth in Canada, your social insurance number. Get it in the system so we can start monitoring. We're going to monitor for you. So if it ends up on the black market and it's being bought and sold and traded out there on the dark web, guess what? We're going to find out about it. Then we can notify you and help start that recovery process. Really important, right? So this year alone, we're on track for 2 billion records to be stolen by hackers and made public. It's a massive problem, guys. You can't get away from it. At this point, we kind of believe it's not a matter of if, but when you're going to have a serious problem with identity theft. So, cybercrime is no different. Computer fraud, scam emails that float around all the time. This stuff is every day in your life. We have fire insurance. We have auto insurance. We have health insurance. We have a lot of insurances to protect the inevitable disaster. You are so many times more likely to have a problem here than your home burning or a burglary. You're so many more times likely to have identity theft or cybercrime happen to you. You've got to have a good financial plan in place. You're protected, guys. Okay, well, I don't need to go through the impact of this. Y'all get it, right? Identity theft can ruin your credit. Makes it impossible to get home equity lines of credit if you're trying to consolidate debt and do a good budget and a good financial plan for yourselves, right? It ruins a lot of things. IRS tax fraud problems. There was 1.5 million Americans last year whose identities were stolen for tax fraud purposes. The IRS paid out over $5 billion in fraudulent refunds to crooks. See how this crime grows? It touches every aspect of your life. Medical identity theft is one of the fastest areas of growth. Using your prescription cards to get drugs and all kinds of other things. If they can get to your information, they'll find a way to use it, and you could be stuck with the bill. That's the challenge here. Okay, the recovery from identity theft is something you don't want to go through. Those of you who've been through it, you know what I'm talking about. With Defend, you have a full team of people who do it for you. They take care of the problem. If you ever become a victim, you literally can't stop it from happening. When someone like Equifax has a breach, What did you do to stop that? And we couldn't stop that. But now we may have problems on our hands, all of us. So now you have to have a team of people who's ready to go to bat for you and go to work for you. Okay, let's go forward. There's 3 major components of the core service. And if you're not familiar with this, take quick notes on this stuff, okay? There's 3 major types of protection. You get identity theft coverage, kind of like LifeLock, but a whole lot better. Computer protection and technical support. That's really important. That's like Norton Antivirus, although we don't use them. And the Geek Squad tech support services, you get unlimited on all that. That's the second major component. And then the third is social media, your Facebook account and other monitoring for those things, and then other online safety tools. I'm going to dig in just briefly on these things. ID theft, we do financial, medical, tax fraud, identity theft, driver's license fraud, you name it, we cover it. We're monitoring for it all, and if you ever become a victim of any of it, we take care of it. It doesn't matter what type of identity theft it is. Lost wallet protection, we have an online wallet vault for you to enter the contents of your wallet. So if you ever lose your purse or wallet, you just go online and look up everything you had, start canceling everything. It makes it super easy to do it. Lots of cool tools like that in here, okay? We have a fraud hotline number if you want to write it down. If you ever have a fear or a question, if you get one of those notices in the mail that says you were involved in a data breach, and probably all of you have seen one or know somebody who's gotten one just this year. When Citibank got hacked and Home Depot and Michael's Craft Store and P.F. Chang's and others, they sent letters out to everybody. Oh, sorry, your information's been compromised. If you want to know what that means to you, you ever get one, call the number. We'll talk you through it. We'll show you what it means to you, how to protect against it, how you're already protected, okay? There's a full recovery service. So in the event the identity theft becomes a problem, we have the paralegals, the attorneys. We've got specialists who do all the work. You sign a limited power of attorney. We go to work restoring your identity. You shouldn't be distracted by this, right? We'll take care of it. Computer protection. Computers are like cars. If you don't maintain them well, they will break on you and they will cause problems, and you will end up paying a lot of money to replace everything on that machine. Think of it like an oil change or a tune-up. You have to do that to your computer regularly. If you have not done that recently with your computer, call into our support hotline. It's right here on the screen. Call into that support hotline and have them do a full makeover on your computer. This is normally something that costs $100 to $250 at companies like the Geek Squad to get a simple checkup done. It's included. You get unlimited access to our tech support team. The same service is available in Canada and the US. We've done this for 17 years, guys. We're really good at this stuff. And so use the service. You have your own personal team of techs at your disposal, on demand. Your email doesn't work. Your flash video won't play on your thing. You can't sync your calendar from your phone to your computer. We do all that. We take care of you so you can stay productive and go make money. So we'll do all the hard part on the back end. So if you haven't started right, when you get home, make sure you have that experience. Have our technicians go through your computer with a fine-tooth comb, tune it up, lock it down, make sure there's no malware, ransomware, spyware sitting on that machine. You don't want to be doing business with a corrupted computer. You really don't. It puts you at risk big time. So get it checked out and cleaned up and locked down. We'll tune it up and make sure it's running at peak performance, oftentimes better than it was when it was new. Okay, so that's the computer side of this. We also do social media monitoring, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. We want to monitor for not just bullying, vulgarity, drug, alcohol references, but we also want to monitor for identity theft and fraud problems. There are certain keywords that we check out and monitor constantly, and when they pop up on your pages, whether somebody's posted it to your page or whether you did something. For example, on LinkedIn, if you provide just a little too much information about an employer or a school you go to or this or that with content, you can really kind of go overboard and provide way too much. We're going to tell you. You're going to get an alert that says, ooh, red flag, you've shared too much on Facebook, stop. Now, if you have a family, you have teenagers, wouldn't you like to know where they're putting themselves at risk? Wouldn't you like to be the great coach, the mentor that can step in and go, hey, we're a safe family. We know what to do here. We're going to be monitoring your social media because there's a lot of predators out there who are going to potentially try and find you based on what you're sharing, and you shouldn't be sharing certain things. But if you don't know this stuff, you're on your own, okay? It's great technology, great tools. Let's do the comparison. Now, this is the real essence of what I wanted to get to before I end here. What is the value of this Defend package? There's amazing value in that package. If you were just to isolate Defend off by itself, and you were to compare against what else is out there in the marketplace, Number one, I want you to understand, you cannot find anywhere in the world a package, a combination of things like Defend. It does not exist. You can't get everything we offer in one place except here. So you have something that's unique and powerful. Without Defend, you are going to go to LifeLock or, heaven forbid, a prepaid legal product, which you don't want to go there. There's a lot of identity theft stuff out there, but you need the best of the best, and you need it as a single solution integrated with cybersecurity. What good is LifeLock if they don't do computer checkups? What good is LifeLock if they don't touch your mobile phone or your social media profiles and monitor for this stuff? See, everybody's missing all the pieces. You got to have it all. That's what we do. We've bundled the greatest, best benefits together into this package at the best price. If you look at what's on the screen here, this number changes pretty regularly on what the market value of this is. All you got to remember is this. What Defend gives you is going to be a value to you of at least $75 a month individually and well over $100 a month for families. You can add family coverage to Defend for $10 or $15 or $20 a month extra, depending on how far you want to go with it. You can have the best protection for your entire household, everybody you love, for so much cheaper than what the market is telling you got to pay today. So what we're saying is get safe and get protected. We've given you the best protection money can buy, all in one place. It's all taken care of for you. You're going to get emails from us, so make sure your spam blockers don't block Invisus.com. Invisus is the name of the company. By the way, anybody know what the word Invisus means? It's invisible in Latin. So 17 years ago, that was the whole mission idea. Make you invisible to the bad guys out there. Now in the Wild Wild West, this is really important. You want to be camoed, right? You want to be camouflaged. That's what we do. That's what our job is. So make sure you set the monitoring up and then call for that checkup. There's the phone number. If you haven't written it down, do it. Let's see. Back into family protection. These are the prices to add that. If you want full ID theft for the family, it's $10. If you want full coverage of all your computers and devices, if you want to know how to lock down your Xbox, your PlayStation, and other gaming systems in the home, if you want to know how to keep pornography out of your house and out of your home, we can do that for you. We can show you everything. That iCare home plan, if you've got kids at home or multiple computers, there's 2 or 3, 4 computers. If you have a college student who's taking off for college and you want them to have on-demand access to this expert stuff and security, add them right into the plan, okay? We've done this virtually at cost. These services are worth a ton of money. That iCare home plan we sell for $40 to $50 a month. You get it for $15. Okay? We're not trying to make money on this. It's just here for you to take advantage of and protect yourselves. And then the whole bundle at the very bottom, that's the best value. If you do full ID theft for the family, full iCare tech support and security for all computers and devices in the household, bundle it together, it's $20 a month. You're not going to find that anywhere in the world, I promise you. So if you're all concerned about family like that, jump on these upgrades. Guys, that was it. I'm out of time. Thank you very much. Be safe out there. It's the Wild Wild West.